Let me tell you something I've learned in cardio since I've been in it. And I've been in cardio since, I don't know, 1991. I was an MECP installer for Circuit City, Hi-Fi Buys here in Atlanta, Georgia, before they went out of business. I used to compete with Nopi, ISCA back in the day. 47 years old, so I've been around for a long time. It's been the cardio scene. I remember when Fallsgate, Kicker, Orion, J Audio, Phoenix, Crossfire was out back then. They didn't have the Norage. In fact, the Crossfire came out in like the late 90s. Who are them names? Lanzar, Linear Power. Anyway, I'm back from the old days, and most of those guys are gone except for Fallsgate, Kicker, Orion. They still here today. The newbies bash them because they see them going mainstream, I guess you can call it. But those brands, those four, Orion, Kicker, Fallsgate, J Audio, they still got equipment they can get with anything you got today. I'm serious. Anything you got today. Kicker's Q Class, Fallsgate T3 series, Orion ACCAs. They got different levels of sub. They can get anything you got today. But hey, these guys, they companies, they were started by guys around my age. They made their money, and they did what any company would do. You know, maybe they grew out of it, but they got their money, so there's no reason for them to continue. But they have significantly larger pockets. So if they was to try to, I don't know, come in with, go after these drivers of the day, they would eclipse them rather quickly, because you live in a capitalist society. So if you got money, you're gonna have money to pay for more R&D. You're gonna be able to get your product out there. You're gonna be able to test prototypes quicker and faster, and get them to market a whole lot quicker than these upshots, Sundown, DC, Incriminated Audio, whoever you want to name. But one thing I have seen that's changed from the old school to today, and I rock the newer subs. I mean, those of you who know me say, man, this man used to be crazy about Sundown, particularly the X8s, all the 8s. And to me, from the old school to now, the most significant change I can see that's noteworthy of things have gotten better is in the 8-inch arena. As definitely things have gotten better in the 8-inch arena. There's a lot of 8-inch subs out there that have the output of larger subs. This is a fact. They make you question this Conary queen. Question it. Nah, but Conary is still king. But what has changed for me that I have seen, and this is evident because you can look at these two factors. Amplifier power has gotten cheaper. Back in the day, to get a 1,000-watt amplifier, all you was gonna pay over $1,000. Period. And that's with any of the old brands. You was gonna pay over $1,000. Now you can get 1,000 watts for 50 cents. Even less than that, sometimes a quarter. And you can get a Fallsgate Prime 1200 for $229, and that joker does do 1,000 watts. Easy. All right. Yeah, Robert Fallsgate Prime 1200.1 does over 1,200 watts in the one on load. And you can get it for like $229, $219. Brand new. That's 25 cents a watt. All right. Power cost more back then. Amplifiers, the wattage of high-power amplifiers have gotten cheaper. The technology has went down a little bit too now. Because when I say that is that even though you're getting this power, what the new generation now realizing is that the control of the subwoofer is going down with this new power. You get the wattage, but your dampening factor, the ability of the amplifier to control the subwoofer doing different frequencies is going to the fucking floor. Yeah, you getting a shit ton of power. Audio pipe, for instance. Your dampening factor is less than 100. So I'm seeing amplifiers with less than 90 signal to noise ratio. Shit ton of power, but the amplifier does not control the subwoofer as good as J Audio, which will give you a dampening factor at 1 ohm to 4 ohm of greater than 500. And they are high-end amps. And I think in all J Audio amplifiers now, the dampening factor, even in a low-end brand, is greater than 250, which means you got a cleaner signal. The amplifier is able to control the subwoofer better in any frequency than an amplifier that gives you less than 90 at any frequency, even though it's getting your shit down to power. Basically, if you got 1,000 watts with a dampening factor of greater than 250, it's going to sound a lot better and a lot louder to your ear and to the meter than 1,000 watts per se with a dampening factor of less than 100. It's 1.5 times better at controlling the subwoofer than the amplifier that's less than 100. So I've seen that. I've seen that change. That's why I run Robert Falls Gate. My Falls Gate 1500 BDCP dampening factor is greater than 200. My amplifier controls my sub way better than someone who thinks he's getting 2,000, 4,000, 6,000 watts. Why is that 1,500? Why your 1,500 like it's killing my subs, man? Because it's a cleaner signal. It's true power, good clean power. J Audio has been doing that for years. Even when they was competing against the big boys, they always had amplifiers that had a high dampening factor, particularly at 2 ohm. Once you go below 2 ohm, any amplifier struggles, except for the big boys. Kicker, Falls Gate, J Audio, Orion. You gotta look at the dampening factor. These guys know what's what. So that's why I say they let everybody go after the new names. They sit in audio, Ampere Audio, Sundown, DC, Scar. They say, oh, that's cool. Go ahead and do it. But we'll take 1,000 of our clean power with a high dampening factor and beat your 2,500 so-called watts before impeded rise with a dampening factor of less than 100. Okay, so I've seen that. The second thing I've seen is that subwoofers have become very, 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 very inefficient at taking signal and turning into noise. That's why you have these subwoofers, and everyone's into it. I mean, Sundown, DC Audio, Sydney Audio. I mean, who else got a name? Scar. They got these subwoofers, these massive motors. Even with their larger sub, I can see why you need a larger sub than the 8-inch. Control the stroke more because you only got so much voice core. But even with they larger subwoofers, with these 3 and 4 inch cores, magnets is 5, 6 inches high. Subs that weigh 60 pounds. 10 inch weigh 60 pounds. 12 inch weigh 80. And everybody, yeah, man, that thing is killing, man. That thing could take 4,000 watts. And then when you look at the SES, and they tell you, some of these manufacturers tell you, man, the SENS, the sensitivity rating, don't worry about that. Don't count on subwoofers. Bullshit. Just straight up get to straight up true. Bullshit. When you take a subwoofer, this is the diaphragm, and you got a mic, this is the mic, and it's 3 feet away, and you apply a signal of 1 watt, so the woofer moves just figuratively. And this subwoofer's rating is 82. Well, these subwoofers they putting out today is between 79 and 81. So send the signal, the woofer moves, and at 3 feet away, the mic picks up 81 dB. That's anybody. Sundown, DC Audio, Scar. Take for instance that 12-inch. I think 82 is the highest I've seen. 1 watt, 3 feet away the mic. The microphone picks up 82 dB. And you put in the same, all of the factors being equal, same wireless, perfect enclosure, same vehicle. You put, say, a J Audio in there, 12-inch, 13 W7 that they say can't get loud. The signal to noise ratio on that bitch is 90, 89 or 90, 1 watt. Registers 89 dB. And according to y'all that know, and y'all say these SPL, every 3 dB is twice as loud as the last 3. So if you got 182 and one playing 89, the difference is that is 7. So now it's 4 times as loud as what y'all put on these forums and stuff about how hard it is to maintain, get these numbers. Every 3 dB is twice as loud. So 83 and 86, you could hear that between 83 dB and 86. So you definitely hear between 82 and 89. You need to get it. And why they tell you that the SENS sensitivity, the SPL rating, they different ones use different ones on the how they on their TS parameters. They say this, and don't worry about that because wattage has gotten cheaper. So you could throw a lot of power. And that'll make up for that difference. True. However, let's say you don't have gobs of money to buy these large amplifiers. Because once you buy these large amplifiers, you must also increase your electrical. Just because your amp says it puts out 5,000 watts and it pulls 600 amperes to do that, then you got to increase your electrical in front of your vehicle. So now you got the amp here, but you got to increase the alternator and the batteries and get multiple batteries to support this 5, 6, 10,000 K amps. And then you're also fighting impedance rise. Because all amplifiers, even the 4 old guys, know about the impedance rise. As the woofer moves inside the enclosure at different frequencies, your ohms go up. And as your ohms go up, the power that is rated decreases. You put out 1,001 ohm, well, it decreases by 4. You put it in 4 ohm, putting out 250 watts. In all these amplifiers that y'all screaming about, Sundown, DC, Wolfram, Scar, Audio Pipe. Yeah, I got 2,000 watts. Yeah, what frequency, bro? At what ohm load? At 1 ohm. Yeah, your woofer's playing, it's not gonna stay at 1 ohm. We talking about milliseconds. As it rises high, you just not gonna put out 1,000 watts. Put out 1,000 watts at 1 ohm, and not putting that out at 4 ohm. And while your woofer playing, sometimes it can rise as high as 24 ohms. So with that being said, why not? What is not the older stuff and some of the newer stuff? Like I run Falls Gate. My Falls Gate puts out 1,500 watts at 1 ohm or 2 ohm load. But it still has to fight impedance rise. If I rise to 4 and 5 ohms, I'm not getting 1,500 watts. But I'm getting more than you because my amplifier, mine, fights impedance rise. J Audio fights impedance rise all the way up to 4 ohms. So that 1,000 watt J Audio amp or that 1,500 watt J Audio amp is going to be louder than your 3K or 4K amp because it's going to give you the power it says it's going to give you at 1 to 4 ohms. So it's going to appear louder and be louder, way more efficient. Whereas you have to get this lot of power to fight impedance rise, which means you got to put batteries and alternators and all this other stuff. Then you got a woofer that you have to do that to get it to moving. Whereas I could put a woofer with a high sensitivity rating, or SPL rating, and don't have to work as hard as you do. My woofers, like me, I run DV Drive now. Sensitivity on these jokers with the 10 is like 84, 84, 85. Most 10s of these other guys that y'all love the name brand is 81, 82. So on the same wattage, I'm still twice as loud. You put 100 watts in your sub, and you get a dB rating. I'm just saying it's gonna be loud in this, but I say whatever the rating is on the sub, 81. Okay, that's cool. I put on watching my dB drives, and my SPL rating is 85. I'm louder. If the enclosure's right, same vehicle, same perfect enclosure for that particular sub, electrical, if all other factors are equal, I'm getting the correct electrical, same vehicle, same amp, same signal. Your Sundown with 81 sensitivity on 100 watts is not going to be as loud as my dB drive on 100 watts. Because my subwoofer is more efficient. So just think about those two factors when you, if you got gobs of money to throw away, then get you a low sensitivity subwoofer. Buy you these amps, man. They selling wattage out here now for like 19, 20 cents a watt. Boost your electrical up. Spend gobs of money buying you a $500, $600 amp. Get your McMahon or Brand A X alternator. Then get your batteries. And you might roll up on a guy like me who got an efficient subwoofer. High sensitivity rating, that's higher than yours, by at least 3 to 4 dB. An amplifier that fights impedance rise. I got a 260 alternator, yeah. One excess power battery, and you wonder why, man, either I'm gonna drown you out, or be right there with you and you got way more power. Supposedly. And that's what I've noticed between the old school and the new school. Not saying I'm gonna go back to, I mean, like this, I like the sensitivity of this sensitivity of this dB drive. 10 killer old school kicker. High sensitivity, greater throw, all those other factors. But look at that. There's two things I want you to look at when you look at a subwoofer. You follow me on my channel, man. I'm just gonna tell you the truth. Get your subwoofer with a high SPL or SENS rating. You don't have to work as hard to get the output. Work as hard as far as getting the power, spending money to get the electrical, to power the sub. And also, besides that, get you an amplifier that has a high dampening factor. Your 1,000 watts or 1,500 watts will sound like somebody else's 3 or 4. And you just spend, now with the amplifiers, you're probably gonna pay more money because the higher the dampening factor, the greater the technology. That's what J Audio don't make. They don't make amplifiers over 1,500 watts. Don't see the point. Because most of your amps, when you guys be clamping it, look at it when they say they be clamping. Yeah, I clamp 3,500 watts at 55 hertz. What you clamp when that shit went down to 30 hertz, 35 hertz? 15, 12. Okay. Well, you could have got J Audio and did the same goddamn thing. I mean, those are two things out of change. The sensitivity of subwoofers has went to the shits. And power has got cheaper, but the dampening factor has went to the shits. Me, when I look at a subwoofer now, particularly larger size, I want a high sensitivity rating. And I'm always gonna run Fosgate because I don't care nothing about all the getting. I got a 5K amp. Some of y'all get these rail amps now. You Tar amps and what's the Stetson amps with the rail. The voltage drop, fuck the whole goddamn amp fuck up. 30 seconds to the sub. That's why y'all always talking about reconing. Think about it. Most of all these subwoofer manufacturers, they got recones. They know you're gonna blow their fucking sub. Cause they know the amplifiers is out today to give you the cheap power. They ain't got no dampening factor to them. So they know for a fact that you're gonna need a recone. This is guaranteed. You're gonna need a recone because the amplifiers that's gonna power this inefficient subwoofer have no control, have very minimum control. They give you a shit ton of power, but they ain't got no control of the subwoofer. And if you ain't got your electrical up to par, you gonna need a recon. As it's playing, because it ain't got no control, you tearing up your voice cord. They know this. They make amplifiers with very low dampening factors and then sell it to you. So they say you can buy my subwoofers inefficient, buy my amplifier that has no dampening factor, and I also have recon kits. There's two types of people in the world: producers and consumers. Now, after listening to this whole video, you figure out which one you is. I'm out of here, man. I just like to tell people the truth.